Hey everyone, and welcome back to my Lilac Hill. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. I'm glad to have you. I am just getting ready to make myself a late night pick-me-up, and then we will get into today's video. My late night pick-me-up is an espresso. Probably shouldn't be drinking espresso late at night, but I have work to do, so I need it. So let's make that and get into today's video. Okay, so today's video is going to be just a little bit of a chat. So I don't have anything to necessarily show you what I'm doing today, but I have said in a few videos that this is the time of year that I really dive in on research. And sorry, I'm OCD a little bit, and I'm noticing just how not perfect my lights are back here, and it's bothering me, but I'll fix it later. It's not important right now. Anyways, I was saying that this time of year is when I really do a lot of research. I read a lot of books. I watch a ton of YouTube videos. It's winter. I'm not outside as much. I personally right now am not raising livestock, so I really don't have outside chores. I have a dog that I have to take care of, but that is a very quick thing, and sometimes I like go out and play with him and stuff, but otherwise it's very quick. I don't have to spend a lot of time working outside, which has a drawback of I don't have a whole lot to show you guys either, but it gives me a lot of time to do things that I don't have time to do during the growing season, like making bread and practicing different types of bread making. That's one thing that I am really interested in, is artisan bread making. So I do a lot of that. I also read a ton. I watch a lot of YouTubers. I catch up with the YouTube channels that I really enjoy watching that I can't keep up with all summer long because I'm so busy working. I catch up with them. I work a little bit on my business. I do a lot of like self-growth and not like self-help, but self-help type of stuff. Like I work on myself. I work on my business. I read, I research. I just do a lot of that this time of year. And when I very first started homesteading, one of my favorite things was when other channels would share a video explaining some of their favorite channels or who they're watching or why they enjoy certain channels. Not only because it gave me an idea of who else to go watch, but it's just a really good way to grow the community. And community is just something that is so incredibly important to me, and one of the biggest reasons that I want to share everything on YouTube. The biggest reason I share everything on YouTube is because it documents everything for me. It's like the best home videos for my son later in his life. And then also, it's just a great way of meeting people. I have so many friends that I have met and keep in contact with that I would not have known had it not been for YouTube. So community is really important to me. And so today's video, I just wanted to share some of my favorite small channels that I'm watching right now. So these are all channels that have less than 10,000 subscribers. And these are all channels that I am subscribed to and I watch. So I'm gonna just list them out. I have 8 of them. I was gonna do 10, but it's hard to find channels under 10,000 subscribers. And that was my, I was gonna do 10 under 10K. Well, I am only subscribed to and watch 8 channels that are under 10,000 subscribers, and I'm not going to promote somebody that I haven't personally watched and enjoyed. So I'm sticking with 8 under 10K. If you guys know somebody that I need to check out that I don't mention in today's video, please let me know. Drop me a comment, send me a link, let me know. I would love to check them out. I really like to help not only support those smaller channels, but just the community in general. I really love the homesteading community, and anything that I can do to help that grow, I'm gonna do it. So without a whole lot more rambling, got my coffee and I'm ready to go. Let's get into it. Oh, before we get into it, I'm gonna try and show some like pictures and stuff as we go through the video of the channel. Okay, so the first channel I am going to mention today is 5 Dog Farm, and Nikki over at 5 Dog Farm has a lot of really good content. I've been following her at least a couple of years. I'm not sure exactly when I started following her, and I believe I originally found her on her Facebook group. She has a Facebook group. I will link that down below as well as her channel, but her channel has a lot of really good content. She has I might be wrong. Don't quote me on this, but I think she has like 50 or 60 acres, and they started with raw land about 5 or 6 years ago, and they've just kind of been slowly building their homestead up from there. So if you're interested in like starting from scratch or raw land, definitely check that out. And then, as most homesteaders do, she does share her gardening and recipe videos as well. But I have really enjoyed watching her over the last couple of years, and I also belong to her Facebook group, or I'm a member of her group, however you want to say that. So definitely check Nikki out at 5 Dog Farm. Y'all, if you don't have an espresso machine and you enjoy coffee and you enjoy espressos or lattes, get one. It's worth it. Oh, you know what? Oh, you know sorry, I have to share this with you guys. So I took notes just so that I don't say somebody's name wrong, or like just, you know, get into it and say things wrong. And so I've got my notes here, and I was like trying to like strategically prop them up on my desk, and I realized I have one of these, so I can just stick my notes, you know, like in here, and now I don't have to look down. It's like, guys, this is next level stuff over here. I don't know. Anyways, oh my goodness, I'm a mess. The next channel I'm talking about is Farmer Brad. He has 2.4 thousand subscribers, and I just recently found him. I don't even know how I found him. Remember that brilliant idea? Just fell down. Oh, this is comical, guys. I really should do like a behind the scenes of making videos. Not a professional. Not a professional. Anyways, Farmer Brad. I just found him recently, like within the last 4 or 5 months. And I have really been enjoying his content. I don't know exactly how I found him. I think he just kind of showed up in my suggestions on YouTube. And the reason he showed up is over the last couple years, I have been really, really interested in like rotational pasture grazing, regenerative agriculture, and that type of format of farming. And I've been watching a lot of videos with like Greg Judy and obviously Joel Salatin too, but mostly Greg Judy. And I think that that might be why Farmer Brad was suggested. But he does some rotational grazing. He has, I believe he has pigs, sheep, and I know he has poultry. He's actually, I guess, fairly well known for his automatic poultry waterer, which I didn't know until I started following his channel. But it's a pretty nifty device that he's created, and he sells it on his website. So I'll be sure to link that in the description box for you as well. But if you're into any sort of that like pasture grazing or like pasture poultry or anything like that, check him out. I'm sure that you will like his channel. The next channel I wanted to shout out is Growing Dreams Homestead. She is located in Illinois, Indiana, one of the two. I can't remember off the top of my head, but she has chickens and she gardens quite a bit, and the gardening content is actually what drew me into her channel. But from my understanding, she turned raw land into her homestead as well. So any of you that are interested in kind of that transformation of raw land to homestead, I would certainly check her out. And again, she's got quite a bit of gardening content as well. The next channel I want to talk about, I was accustomed to her first channel name. She has been following my channel for quite some time. Actually, I think since my very first video, probably. She's one of my longest subscribers, which for those of you who don't know, I actually started my YouTube channel back in 2018. I've been incredibly inconsistent with posting until this year, but my friend Laura has been following me for a really long time, like since like way back in the day. And I definitely wanted to prop her channel out because of a few things. Number one, she has been a really good supporter for me. I've really appreciated her following my journey, and I've enjoyed getting to know her and following her journey as well. I originally knew her channel as Evolution of a Homestead, but she has since changed it, so I have to look at my notes because I always want to say Evolution of a Homestead, but it's not that anymore. It is Large Family Rural Living. But her name is Laura, and she's in Michigan. She does a lot of gardening. She does some like self-care videos, which her and I collabed a while back on some self-care videos. I want to get back into doing my self-care routine and videos. I just have not been consistent with it, but maybe I'll start doing that again. Let me know if you guys would like to see some more of that. But go on over to her channel and check her out. She has a lot of really good videos, and she's just really like a salt of the earth person, and I really enjoy her videos and would love for you guys to go check her out. So the next channel I want to talk about is Steven over at Pasture Fowler. Like I said a little bit earlier, and I'll say it again on the very last channel that I'm going to share with you guys, but I have been really getting into regenerative agriculture. I've been reading a lot on regenerative agriculture and just trying to, first and foremost, I don't have like any agronomy background at all, and I wish I would have taken some when I was in some agronomy courses when I was in college. I really regret not taking it. At that time I wasn't interested in it, but over the last couple years I've just been really interested in agronomy, and I'm really interested in kind of the non-traditional ways of growing row crops and no-till methods and regenerative agriculture and pasture rotation. And so I kind of, over the last couple years, have gone down a rabbit hole. Greg Judy started it all. Well, actually, I should say Joel Salatin started it all. That was kind of my first kind of dip into doing things a little bit different than traditional and commercial ways of doing things. And then I came across Greg Judy's channel, and then that just kind of led me to all these other channels. And Greg Judy has a massive channel, or I would be including him on this list, but he is well above 10,000 subscribers. But Steven over at Pasture Fowler is right at about 420. So why I like his channel, and he has several videos, but it's kind of on that pasture regenerative type of content. That's just the content that he puts out, and that's what I've been really getting interested in over the last couple years. And I just found his channel like a month ago, but I've been really enjoying watching and getting to know him a little bit better and his content. And so I would love for you guys to head on over and check his channel out if you're at all interested in raising your livestock on pasture, rotating your pastures, soil health, regenerative agriculture, that type of stuff. You'd probably enjoy his channel. The next channel that I want to mention, and this would be our 6th channel, we're making our way through this list pretty quickly, but Julie over at Row & Co Farms. And I found her probably a year and a half to 2 years ago, maybe. She was a very, well, from what I understood at the time anyways, she was a very new channel when I found her. And she's kind of growing quite a bit. She's at about 7,500 subscribers. So she's grown quite a bit. She's probably going to surpass that 10,000 here very quickly. But I do want to shout her out because I have just so loved her channel. And I love it for a number of reasons. She grows flowers. She has a flower farm, and I just really love learning about that. I love growing flowers as well. I don't consider myself a flower farmer presently. It might be something that I delve into later. I have some other priorities, and we'll talk about all that in a different video. I don't want to get too off topic here, but I love watching her with her flower content. And then another thing that I really love about her channel is she shares quite a bit about her healing journey and why she chooses to eat the way that she eats, why she chooses to kind of live the lifestyle that she lives. And the reason that I like that is I am kind of on that journey myself. I am currently trying to heal myself from a hormonal imbalance that has caused me a lot of issues over the last 2 years, really specifically since I had my son. I've just had a lot of health related issues and inability to lose the weight, even though I'm eating extremely healthy and dieting and exercising, and I'm only 30. And up until my pregnancy, I was in very good shape and had no problem. If I wanted to, I would kind of fluctuate back and forth. I'd gain a little bit of weight or lose a little bit of weight based on my eating habits. But if I wanted to lose that weight, I was able to do that very quickly. And all of that changed when I had my son. I know that happens to a lot of women. That's just kind of part of it. But I did finally, after 2 years of just being really frustrated with it, I did finally go to the doctor and I had some blood work done. And so I'm just really kind of on a journey of healing my body. And it's starting with my gut and my hormone levels. So if you want to know more about that, again, that would be just a series of videos probably. But let me know and I'm happy to talk about it a little bit. Obviously, it's my health, so some of it I'm probably gonna be a little bit reserved with, but I do think that it's important to get that information out there because there's so many ways that you can heal yourself. And so that's really what I'm enjoying the most about her channel is she's very open with that and why she eats the way she does and why she lives the lifestyle that she does. And so if you are interested at all in flower farming or a holistic approach to life, definitely check out Julie at Row & Co Farms. So the next and not the last, but the second to last channel that I want to talk about is Little Farm Folk. And I found Little Farm Folk actually on Instagram. They have a massive Instagram platform. So if you want to find them on Instagram, I'll leave that link down below as well for you. But I noticed while I was following them on Instagram that they also started a YouTube channel so that they could share their journey in a little bit longer clips rather than just, Instagram is like a short post or a reel or something like that. So I headed on over to their YouTube as soon as I found out that they had it, and I started following them there. And they are a family of six, I think six. And they live in a small cabin and they do all the things. They grow their own food, they just are a pretty diverse homestead. And I just really like the way in which she shares what she shares. And, on her Instagram, it's just it's artistic and it's visually appealing, and so I really like that part of it as well. So if that at all sounds interesting to you, head on over to Little Farm Folk and check them out. Okay guys, we have made it to the final channel that I am going to mention in this video. As I talked about a little bit earlier, I've been on this regenerative agriculture kick, right? And I was watching Joel Salatin, and then I was introduced to Greg Judy about just right at a year ago is when I started watching Greg Judy. Now, Greg Judy only lives 2 hours away from me and was 30 minutes away from me when I was in college and kind of living in that area. And I was studying agriculture and somehow never knew who this man was. I don't know. I don't know how this happens. But I'm so glad that I found his channel when I did. And actually it's one of the things that my boyfriend and I have, I guess you could say, bonded over quite a bit, or that brought us kind of together in a roundabout sense. So Greg Judy is a grazer here in Missouri. I don't want to say exactly where he says it on his channel all the time, but anyways, he's in north central Missouri, north of Columbia a little bit. And his farm is Green Pastures Farm, and you can go follow him on his channel. It's Greg Judy. And he just shares his lifestyle of, you know, pasture raising, and he's got cattle, he's got South Pole cattle. And the thing that I really enjoyed about his channel is he just has this like no nonsense approach to things, like just very common sense and logical, just very logical. The things that he does just make sense, and he is very good at explaining things in his videos. And as somebody who's newer to regenerative agriculture, and like, I don't raise cattle, I would love to raise cattle, it's been like my dream my whole life, but I'm just not there yet. But as somebody who's passionate about that, and I can watch him and I know that like he takes a lot of pride in the way that he cares for his cattle, and it just makes a lot of sense how he explains what he's doing and why he's doing it. And so I have just fallen in love with his channel. I've been watching it like almost every day for the last year since I started subscribing to his channel. And one of the things that he does is he has an internship program where you can apply, and I don't know all the details about it. You can go to his channel or go to his website to figure that out. But basically, I think you apply, and then there's like a series of interviews maybe to find out if you've made the cut. And then his interns are, well, they're in his videos a lot, and he's showing kind of, you know, what they're up to on the farm. And a lot of his videos are pretty short. I think that they're working, so they're trying to get stuff done, but he does explain, you know, how he's doing things. And sometimes he lets the interns explain, like if they came up with a new idea or a different way of doing things and it just makes more sense, and Greg's like, yeah, let's apply it, let's do it. They learn from each other, and I really like that. But one of his interns decided to make a channel, and so his name is David, and his channel is Thinker Farmer. And when I wrote down this list, he had 791 subscribers. It's a pretty new channel. I think he's only been doing it just over this past year since he's been out at Greg Judy's. But his journey, and I'm not going to go into detail on his journey on here because he has a series of videos on it, so definitely go check it out if you're at all interested in his journey into farming and regenerative agriculture, and how he got involved with those internships, and how he's kind of figuring out where he wants to go in agriculture. If that sounds at all interesting to you, please go check him out. One of the reasons I really enjoy his channel is because he is who he is. He knows what he stands for, and he explains why he believes the way that he does, and he's very methodical in his approach to things, which I enjoy. I like knowing that people are intentional about what they're doing, and I can just tell that he's really passionate about something that I'm also passionate about. And so it's just something that I really enjoy watching. So if you're at all interested in regenerative agriculture, pasture grazing, raising beef, cattle, anything like that, definitely go check out his channel. He does a really great job, and he's actually, well, I probably shouldn't say this, but he said it on his channel, so he's getting ready to start a new chapter of his life. And so I'm excited. I hope that he continues to do his videos through that new chapter. I'm excited to see where he's going. He's actually gonna be working on a farm that's even closer to me than like Greg Judy is. So it's really cool for me, you know, with YouTube, you get to be exposed to people that you never would have had the chance otherwise. And one of the things, my boyfriend has met Greg Judy. I'm jealous. I wish that I could, and maybe one day I will. I would love to go meet Greg Judy, and maybe I'll go to one of the speaking events that he's at and try to meet him. I would also love to meet Joel Salatin and go out to their farm, and I could like spend days talking with Joel Salatin, which I think a lot of people probably could. But I think that YouTube is just a great way for people to connect that wouldn't otherwise have been able to connect. So I'm super excited for David and his new chapter. I've really enjoyed watching his videos thus far, and I hope that he continues to do them. But please head on over there, check him out, let him know who sent you. He doesn't know who I am. I've never met him. I just found him on the internet. Yeah, so that's really all I have for you today. Again, community is really important to me, and I want to try and grow the homesteading community. And one of the things that I have really missed about the homesteading community since I first started was videos like this from smaller channels that are just trying to spread awareness about the lifestyle and why we do things the way that we do, why we live the way that we live. And so I figured, well, a lot of the channels that I watched at the beginning have massively grown. Roots and Refuge Farm, for example, she's not exactly in the same spot that she was in 2017 or 2016, whenever I started watching her. And I'm so pumped for her, and I'm excited for her new journey. And of course her content is going to change as she grows and evolves, but I still miss kind of some of that introductory homesteading content. And I feel like there's probably a few of you out there that do as well. So since I'm a smaller channel, I figure maybe it's my time to step up and kind of bridge that gap and provide a little bit more like introductory content, and also just trying to raise awareness of some of the other channels that are just getting started and try to build this community up just even further. It's grown so much in the last several years, and I'm so happy about that. But I would love to see it grow just even further. And you know, there's room in homesteading for everybody. So I just want to do my part in spreading that awareness. So if you like homesteading and you want to check those channels out, please do. Let me know what you think. Please be nice. If you don't like their content, you can simply just not watch. I've never understood. It's the internet, so I get it. But you know, we don't have to be mean to people. We can just not subscribe if we don't want to watch their stuff. I don't know. Anyways, that's all I have to say today. It is extremely late and I am gonna go to bed. I will edit these later and I'm gonna go to bed. But I am so thankful that you were here, and I am so glad that so many of you are reaching out to me via email and leaving me comments. I love getting to talk with you and getting to know you a little bit better. And I do try my best to answer all emails and at least acknowledge every comment that is left. If I miss one, I do apologize. It's not my intention. I do try really hard to make sure that I respond to everybody. But if you have any questions, let me know, drop me a comment or send me an email. Otherwise, I'm going to go to bed and get some sleep so that I'm not just so scatterbrained, and I will catch you all in the next video.